Matt's ringing from Sutton tonight. Hi, Matt.
Oh, mate, thanks for taking my call. It is a little bit personal with me at the moment with the death penalty side of things.
Right.
I have a nephew that is currently inside for serious anal to children.
Sorry, Matt, you dropped out there. Serious what?
Sorry, serious anal charges towards children.
Right. He's a sex offender.
He is a paedophile. He got sentenced to 8 years. He would be released in 2028, but also on a life offender register and tagged.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that is enough. I really don't. The death penalty, if evidence is conclusive that someone has harmed someone else's life, which my nephew has, not one person, but multiple childs, they should be put to death.
You want your
they
own nephew put to death?
Their right to come back out onto the street.
Matt, you want your own nephew to be put to death?
His family, I would, yes.
Why?
For what he has done to children. Okay?
If
you would like me privately to give you my surname,
well, Matt, you're very welcome to offer. But look, I get your revulsion.
Fine,
I get your disgust. I get your revulsion. Of course, I share it. Any right-minded person would. But why do you think he deserves to die?
Because there is concrete evidence. If the evidence isn't so surmounting,
right?
If the evidence has an ink of an ink of something not being right, you can't put that person to death. And this, to me, is regardless. This is a family member. They have the evidence. They have the confession. He should be put to death. And this is a family member.
And do the other members of your family agree with you that this guy should be killed?
The couple I've spoken to, yes. I have not spoken to his mother and father.
Right. Presumably they would not want their son to be. Presumably they would not want their son put to death.
I have spoken to a couple of other members in my family.
Wow. And would you go and watch?
Presumably, but where do they go when he comes out?
I don't know. I don't know.
They live in such an area that if he showed his face in that area again, that would put more lives at risk.
But
he would be an out.
Why would it?
Why would he be putting other children's lives at risk?
Not. I mean, I don't know. You know better than me. But he might have been rehabilitated. He might have been reformed potentially. But you're saying you don't think that's the case.
There's very little rehabilitation in prison for that sort of thing. It's kept on medications.
But what you're sort of saying,
rehabilitation is talking to a psychiatrist once a week.
A psychiatrist, yeah. But what you're saying is once somebody is sentenced.
They talk to a psychiatrist.
Yeah. But what you're saying is once someone is sentenced for the sort of crimes that your nephew was, which I agree are just repulsive and abhorrent beyond words, there is never any prospect that they could ever change. So they just deserve to die.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I buy that.
Yeah. That person, whether it be my nephew or another person, has changed other people's lives irreparably.
Yes.
Irreparably.
Yes.
The damage they have caused them.
Sure.
He's my nephew. I lay here at night and I lay here in disgust.
I totally get why.
But what he has left behind and the damage he has done. And if there is 100% evidence that cannot be refuted in the past, in the future, then yes, take that death penalty.
But Matt, we're talking...
And I know it's a hard case because England have tried to draw away for it for many years.
But we're talking... If we are now talking about the death penalty, not just for the most evil mass murderers, but for all sex offenders where there's clear evidence, all those that have had a huge negative impact on somebody else's life... we're going to be killing thousands and thousands of people, Matt, or at least the state is.
Well, we'd go over to a different regime. Yeah, we'd go over to a different regime in that sort of case, and that would be hard to take. So do you take it case by case and everything like that? That I don't have the answers to. I didn't finish school. I don't have those answers.
Matt, it's amazing.
I'm just sitting here giving my honest, humble opinion.
Yeah, I get it. I get the strength of your feeling. I can't imagine what I would feel if someone in my family, my own flesh and blood, had done what your nephew did. I get your anger, I get your hurt, I get your disgust. Doesn't mean he deserves to die, and those like him do. That is where I'm afraid we completely disagree. I don't believe in death penalty for anybody. Certainly people not sentenced to 8 years in prison, however appalling and abhorrent their crimes might be.